Good evening, punk rock warriors and revolutionaries across the globe. You've tuned into the one and only Anarchy Airwaves, and tonight, we bring you the most explosive, chaotic, blood-soaked battle this world has ever seen. It's the ultimate punk rock showdown, a fight that will leave its mark on history. Radio host on one side, the relentless, the legendary, the pioneers of fast, loud, and in-your-face punk, the Ramones. Led by the towering, the untouchable, the voice of a generation, Joey Ramone. And standing tall alongside him, Johnny, DD, and the one and only Marky. These punks don't just play the music, they live it. Radio host, and on the other side, we've got the anarchists, the noisemakers, the rebels with a cause, the Sex Pistols. The snarl of British punk, Johnny Rotten leading the charge. With Sid Vicious on bass, Steve Jones on guitar, and the ever-chaotic Paul Cook on drums, these punks won't go down without a fight. The sound of a distorted bass line rumbles, then a burst of static. Radio host, it's a clash of cultures. The kings of New York punk against the kings of London's anarchic fury. They've each changed the face of music, but tonight, only one band will walk out of this arena, bloodied, battered, and victorious. Radio host, so turn up your volume, get ready for chaos, and remember, this isn't just a fight. It's punk rock history in the making. Who will rise to claim their crown? Who will be left in the gutter? Stay tuned, folks, because the Ramones and the Sex Pistols are about to throw down in a battle for the ages. The sound of a final guitar strum crashes, followed by a violent crash of drums. Radio host, get ready for the ultimate punk rock showdown, only on Anarchy Airwaves. Round 1, punk's final showdown begins. The air is filled with the screeching sound of electric guitars as Joey Ramone steps forward, his lanky form towering above the chaos. He stares down Johnny Rotten, who grins wickedly, brandishing a broken guitar neck like a weapon. Sid Vicious, brandishing his bass like a club, eyes DD Ramone with a mixture of contempt and crazed intensity. Johnny Ramone and Steve Jones lock eyes, both knowing this will be a battle for the ages. Joey Ramone, calmly, this ends now, Rotten. The world doesn't need any more of your lies. Johnny Rotten, snarling, you're all just a bunch of sellouts, Joey. The real punks know what it means to destroy everything. The fight kicks off with a violent burst of movement. Johnny Rotten swings his jagged guitar neck toward Joey, but Joey ducks, landing a smooth, well-placed roundhouse kick that sends Rotten stumbling backward. The battle begins with fists of fury and guitars turned to blades. Meanwhile, Sid Vicious is engaged with DD Ramone, their movement swift and brutal. Sid swings his bass like a wrecking ball, but DD easily dodges, landing a sharp punch that sends Sid reeling. Sid snarls, going low with his bass, attempting to strike DD in the ribs, but DD easily sidesteps, knocking Sid to the ground with a powerful shove. Johnny Ramone and Steve Jones exchange vicious blows, their guitars smashing into each other in a furious exchange. Sparks fly as the strings of their guitars snap, sending sharp, metallic shards flying into the air. Each strike brings them closer to their ultimate fate. Guitars become weapons, fists turn to fists of fury, and only the toughest survive the first round. Round 2, fatalities unleashed as the fight rages on, the punk rock battlefield grows ever more intense. Joey Ramone lands a brutal combo on Johnny Rotten, slamming his fist into Rotten's chest, knocking him off his feet. Rotten struggles to get up, but Joey Ramone is already upon him, twisting Rotten's arm and knocking the broken guitar neck out of his hands. Joey Ramone, taunting, punk's dead, Johnny. You just don't know it yet. With a swift motion, Joey seizes Johnny Rotten's broken guitar neck and thrusts it deep into Rotten's chest, creating a gash that causes blood to pour from the wound. Johnny gasps in pain, but before he can react, Joey slams Rotten's face into the stage, using his own weight to smash his skull into the cracked concrete. Joey brings down the hammer, and Rotten meets the music's final beat. Fatality 1, Johnny Rotten, by Joey Ramone. In a savage, final act of vengeance, Joey Ramone lifts his boot and slams it down onto Johnny Rotten's chest with all his strength. Johnny's head jerks backward, his neck snapping with a sickening crack. The light in his eyes fades as blood pours from his mouth. The arena falls silent as the screen flashes the words, "Joey wins, fatality." The crowd roars in approval as D.D. Ramone and Sid Vicious continue to trade blows. D.D. grabs Sid's bass, twisting it away from him, and delivers a series of lightning-fast punches to Sid's face, stunning the Sex Pistols bassist. D.D. strikes with the rhythm of 1,000 fists, sending Sid into oblivion. Fatality 2, Sid Vicious, by D.D. Ramone. In a moment of utter chaos, D.D. grabs a microphone stand, swinging it like a club with unparalleled fury. He strikes Sid Vicious in the face, the microphone smashing through Sid's skull in a brutal, violent explosion of bone and blood. Sid crumples into a heap, his body twitching as his life slips away. The screen flashes, D.D. wins, fatality. With Sid Vicious out of the picture, the fight shifts. Steve Jones charges at Johnny Ramone, the last of the Sex Pistols. Johnny Ramone sidesteps Steve's wild guitar swing, landing a crushing blow to Steve's stomach. Steve grunts in pain as he stumbles back, gasping for air. Johnny plays his final note and Steve's final scream echoes through the punk wasteland. Fatality 3, Steve Jones, by Johnny Ramone. Johnny Ramone, blooded but relentless, lifts his guitar with a savage grin. With a sudden swing, Johnny decapitates Steve Jones in one fluid, fatal movement. The sound of the guitar slicing through Steve's neck echoes like the ultimate punk anthem, as Steve's head falls to the ground, rolling in a sickening arc. The screen reads, Johnny wins, fatality. The final blow, Joey Ramone versus Johnny Rotten. The two remaining warriors, Joey Ramone and Johnny Rotten, stand face to face amidst the blood and debris. Joey, battered but determined, faces off against the last of the Sex Pistols. The tension is palpable, and the music's energy crackles through the air. Joey Ramone, coldly punk's real soul wasn't about destruction, it was about expression. But you were just noise. Johnny Rotten, snarling, you think you know punk? I'll show you what real rebellion looks like. In a final act of aggression, Johnny Rotten lunges at Joey Ramone with a jagged knife. Joey dodges effortlessly, grabbing Rotten by the throat and lifting him off the ground. The arena falls silent as Joey slowly squeezes, choking the life out of Rotten, who gurgles for air. Joey stands victorious, as Rotten breathes his last in the face of true punk power. Fatality 4, Johnny Rotten, by Joey Ramone. With a final, merciless move, Joey Ramone twists Johnny Rotten's head violently to the side, snapping his neck with a sickening crack. Rotten's body drops to the stage, lifeless and limp. Joey stands over him, his figure framed by the bloodied remains of his enemies. The screen reads, Joey Ramone wins, fatality. The end, the last anthem of punk. The screen fades to black, the battle won, the echoes of punk forever etched into the cosmos. Joey Ramone stands alone on the stage, his tall figure bathed in an eerie glow. In the distance, the faint sound of guitars strumming the first notes of a new song echoes into the void. The crowd fades into nothingness as Joey stands victorious, the final survivor of the punk revolution. In the end, punk was more than a fight. It was a movement. And Joey Ramone was its last anthem. The scene dissolves, leaving only the faint reverberations of a punk legacy that will never die. Well, that's it, folks. The dust has settled, the guitars have fallen silent, and the echoes of punk's most explosive battle still hang in the air. What we just witnessed wasn't just a fight, it was a revolution. Radio host on one side, the Ramones, the Kings of New York, the ones who showed the world what punk truly meant. They fought with precision, with heart, and with the unbreakable spirit that gave birth to a genre. Radio host, and on the other side, the Sex Pistols, the anarchists, the instigators of chaos, the rebels who tore apart the rules and made their own. They lived hard, they played harder, and they never backed down from a fight. Radio host, but in the end, there can only be one victor in this battle of legends. The blood has been spilled, the guitars shattered, and the fate of these two iconic bands sealed. And as the final notes fade, we're left with the undeniable truth, punk rock's power will never die. It lives on, in every strum, every shout, and every broken piece of equipment. The soft hum of radio static fills the silence. Radio host, so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, remember, this wasn't just a fight. This was punk rock history, and it will never be forgotten. Long pause. Radio host, thanks for tuning in to Anarchy Airwaves. Until next time, keep the volume up and keep the spirit alive. Punk's not dead. It's just evolved. The sound of a final electric guitar chord fades out as the radio static returns, leaving the audience in silence.